since 1999, Enugu State has been a PDP state. But one morning, all those stronghold that PDP has in Enugu State just disappeared. So this guy took the power that belongs to PDP and gave it to APC, just like that. Why? Because of his own selfish ambition. He wants to return, for the second term. Do we continue to do this kind of politics that a party will spend all they have, spend their time, their resources, support the candidates, do everything to see the candidate win, and at the end of the day, the candidate just decide what is suitable for him or her as a person and dumps the party for another party, and the party loses all their investment in that candidate? Is it fair to the party? Of course not. It's not. It's not fair at all. So it's a system that is bedeviled with a whole lot of selfishness, and I don't think that kind of system is supposed to stand. For me, I think there should be a law, just like they have for the houses of assembly, that when they decamp, they lose their seat. That law should be enforced, both for the executive, the governors, members of House of Assembly, members of National Assembly, even councillors, even local government chairman, and the president. All political office holders that were elected, the moment you decamp, you lose your seat. That should be the standard law. Hello, my people. Welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV. Most of our politicians, particularly the governors, have been decamping from their respective parties and jumping into All Progressive Congress, the APC. So it's been a season of decamping, a season of defection. And the way the whole thing is happening is kind of worrisome, because it now seems as if the country want to become a one-party state. And I don't think it's quite fair enough, looking at the way politicians, particularly those that have office, I mean, those who are elected under a platform of a political party, they just sleep overnight, wake up in the morning, and announce that they are defecting from their party to another new party. And when they do, they take the whole structure with them. All right? Because normally when a state governor, for example, leads a state, so that party where he is, he becomes the leader of the party. So which means all other arms of the party, both the chairman of the party in that state and every other members of the executives and all that reports to him. So it's like the political head of that state. So as soon as he comes from that political party and moves to another new party, he walks away with virtually all the structures, because it's not the only one that's going to come. He's going to compel his commissioners. He's going to compel, even his deputy governor. He will also, even as much as he can, even compel some of the party executive, to join him. All his supporters and the stakeholders that he has, they all, moves with him. So when this is done, the political party that gave him the platform in the first place to become who he was loses at the end of the day. Now we're going to look critically into all these things, and then we'll be able to see how bad and terrible this political system has become. But before we go into details of that, if you are new to my channel, please kindly like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel and put on your notification bell, so that as soon as my next new video drops, you will be among those to be notified. There's quite a whole lot going on in the country. So guys, let's go into the business of the day. 2 days ago, the governor of Enugu State, Mbah, who is a governor under the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, and also his counterpart in Bayelsa State, Governor Duoye Diri, also joined the APC from their People's Democratic Party, PDP. 2 of them are in the PDP. So they just left the PDP to join the All Progressive Congress, which is known as the APC, the one that is holding power at the center. But, many people anticipated what was happening. Many people, understood that this whole thing is going to happen. But one unique factor is that, before these two, from Enugu and, Bayelsa governor, before they joined, there have been some people that did it before them, all right? The governor of Akwa Ibom State, Governor and that of Delta State, Governor Sheriff. So both of them earlier joined the APC, moving along with their structure, jumping into the All Progressive Congress. The question now is, why are they doing this? First, looking at the scenario, I observed that the governors that are jumping this ship, that are defecting from their political party to the APC, they have one thing in common. And what is that? They are all first-term governors. That is to stay. They are just in their first 4 years as a governor. So, which means they have intention to contest for the election after their first term expires. So, based on that, so I think it is the easiest bargaining chip, to use to lure these people into the APC. This is because probably they must have kind of, given them some assurances that if they join their party, that they're going to help them secure their second term. There's no two ways about it. So they give them this offer, and every average politicians are selfish. They think of themselves first before any other person. So they saw it that it's an offer that benefits them, is something that will make them achieve their dreams. So based on that, they will come on TV and lie to the people by telling them that, oh, they have done, consultations with their members, with their families. Go to the state, ask the state people, who is even part of the PDP where they belong, how many of them were consulted. That is the point. So, but they will come to your face and lie to you that, they have made all kinds of consultations to be able to make the decision that they made. And I recall that Shego Kimbaloye, the anchor person for politics today in Channels News, when they visited Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State, I had them talking, and he asked him that conscious question: do you think you owe PDP apology? Do you think defecting from PDP to APC that you have betrayed the PDP? Well, as usual, politicians cannot answer you your question directly. They must find a way, a manner through which they can be able to do what? Dodge the question. And smartly, he dodged the question. There's no way he would have answered that kind of question because it's a conscience question. He's trying to prick his conscience, that knowing that what he did was bad. Now, why was it so terrible for them doing this? The issue is this. When somebody is contesting for a political position, maybe a governor, senator, whatever, presidency, whatever position you contesting, the moment you wins the party candidate, you become the party candidates, the entire party and all the members of that party, they throw their weight on you. They support you wholeheartedly, both financially, both physically, both mentally, emotionally, all around. They will be around you, supporting you in your campaign, visiting different states you are visiting different local governments or ward that you are visiting. And at the end of the day, despite all the funds they have raised and supported the candidate and all that, the candidate wins the election. And the election comes to the party. The winning, gain comes to the party. So when the candidate wins that election, it becomes, that of the party, because you cannot fly without being a member of a political party. You must fly through a party platform. Nigerians don't have independent candidates. The constitution does not allow that. So now that the Peter Mbah of Enugu State, let's use him as an example, is now the governor of Enugu State under the platform of the PDP, right? That's having been supported by the party from the beginning to the end. Now, after 2 years in his administration, he now woke up one morning and thought it wise that the best thing for him to do, or the best thing that is good for the state, is for him to take the state just like that to join the APC. Don't forget that since 1999, Enugu State has been a PDP state. No other party has governed Enugu State that is not PDP. So, which means PDP have a very strong hold on Enugu State. But one morning, all those, permutations, all those, stronghold that PDP has in Enugu State just disappeared. So this guy took, the blessing of Enugu State, took the power that belongs to PDP and gave it to APC, just like that. Why? Because of his own selfish ambition. He wants to return, for the second term. And I don't know where they got all these things from, that the moment you join APC, your second term is guaranteed, that you will surely win. APC is not the one that votes. Yes, I know that Nigerian votes does not count, basically. But it does count, because we saw in 2023 general election, some people that contested under the platform of the Labour Party, they won. So you now understand that the only reason why many people win an election is because of rigging. You recall what happened in Abia State when Professor Nnenna Oti refused to play ball, refused to yield to the pressure coming from, the top echelon in the country, coming from whether INEC or residency or wherever the pressure is coming from. She refused. She decided that she must do the right thing. And that is how Governor Oti in Abia State is there. That is why he won. Because somebody took a position to do what is right. So, assuming in 2027 election, every other returning officer decides to do what is right, what will be the fate of Peter Mbah and Governor Duoye Diri, including that of Akwa Ibom and that of Delta State, that they come from PDP to join the APC? What will be their fate? So they only win election because those who are supposed to do the right thing refuse to do the right thing. They play ball and follow the instructions and pressures that is coming from Abuja. So that is just the point. So there's no guarantee that joining the APC is going to secure you your second term. That's what they don't know. Because in 2027, if Nigerians wake up and decide that they must see to the end of it, then they're going to lose their seat. And by then, it becomes more difficult for them politically to come back again. If you recall what happened in Anambra State, where Valentine Ozugbo, who was a staunch man of P2B of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, so he decamped from Labour Party and joined the APC. I remember so many interviews he had on TV, kind of talking down on the Labour Party, explaining they have this challenge, that challenge. So he decided that APC is going to give him that platform to, politically achieve his ambition. And he joined the APC. And what happened? He lost the primaries to Nicholas Pokashuku. And then politically now he's gone. So he couldn't even win the primaries in the APC, having joined the party. So obviously they kind of, played him. And at the end of the day, he didn't secure the candidacy of the party. So before he joined, obviously they must have, given him a lot of encouragement and hopes that he's the one that's going to clinch the ticket. So that was a very big mistake that he made. And when he was joining that party, I made it clear that he's going to lose, that they're going to use him and dump him. And that really happened. And that's going to happen to most of these governors who think that having joined the APC, that their return as for second tenure will be guaranteed. That's not true. So I know that obviously they must have planned how to manipulate the system in 2027. But I do hope that the new INEC chairman, who just took the mantle of office, who was just confirmed, by the National Assembly, will be able to have that conscience to see the sufferings of the people and be able to do what is needful so that Nigeria can be able to have free and fair and credible election. My point is, let people's vote count. Let the people who are, going through those pains, who are wearing the shoes and know where it pinches them, let them be the decider of who rules them. That is my own position. Let the votes be what counts, not people writing results and forcing those Nigerians don't want on them. I don't support that. I can never support that. And that is the point that makes the country to see that only the worst of them are leading them. And that's quite shameful. That's not the way to go. So the point now is that what is the way forward? Do we continue to do this kind of politics that a party will spend all they have, spend their time, their resources, support the candidates, do everything to see the candidate win, and at the end of the day, the candidate just decide what is suitable for him or her as a person and dumps the party for another party, and the party loses all their investment in that candidate? Is it fair to the party? Of course not. It's not. It's not fair at all. So it's a system that is bedeviled with a whole lot of selfishness, and I don't think that kind of system is supposed to stand. For me, I think there should be a law, just like they have for the houses of assembly, that when they decamp, they lose their seat. That law should be enforced, both for the executive, the governors, members of House of Assembly, members of National Assembly, even councillors, even local government chairman, and the president. All political office holders that were elected, the moment you decamp, you lose your seat. That should be the standard law, because it's not fair to the party, it's not fair to the state, it's not fair to the constituency, it's not fair to the country at large. So that will help to stop this kind of madness that we are seeing today. I also heard as another governor from the north who will also be decamping from his party to join the APC. So when you look at the attitude of these politicians, you will see that they have no integrity. They have no conscience. They only do what is suitable for them. That's all they care about. So if they put that in the law, that will help to stop this madness. So it's quite painful to see what they are doing, and they keep lying on TV, telling people they have made consultations. They have done this consultation with who? They didn't consult anybody. They just consulted few of their cronies who will also tell them yes. And the biggest part of the lie is that they will say, oh, they want to link up with the center and to be able to align with what the center is doing to be able to improve the state. That's a fat big lie. What is the center doing? That is the main question. Does Alex Oti in Abia State, the governor of Abia from Labour Party, did he align with the center? Did he join the party? Does that stop him from working with the president in issues or areas that they want to work with the federal? I heard him sometime talking about, their airport where the former governor, earmarked for airport and the money disappeared and they want to use, connection with the federal government to be able to, do the project, and the federal government going to support them and all that. Must he be a member of the political party before the federal government can support his initiatives in the state? No, it's not. So even in the US, the president is a Republican. So he still work with other state governors who are from, Democrats. Of course, that's why you see insecurity in, some states governed by Democrats, and it's going to send National Guard to quell the insecurity in those states. Must the governors join their party before the federal government can be able to support their initiative? No. So they keep lying to the people that they are doing that because they want to attract more, federal funding or more federal support and what have you. There's no further support. Once the FAC allocation is shared, you take your share. Federal government takes their share. Everybody go and do what they should do for their states, and the federal do what they're supposed to do for the, federal government. That's what it is. So you have policy that requires federal support. You go and present your policy to the president, and he's going to support you irrespective of your party, because what you are doing and what the federal government is doing is it not for the interest of the people? Is it for the interest of the party? So I heard when Peter Mbah was like, oh, if we are thinking that it's joining the party is just about the party. If we are talking just about the party, that he left the party and the party is losing because he left the party, or the way and manner he has dumped the party to join APC, that is not about the party, it's about the citizens. So he joined the party because of the citizens, to be able to do things that will work for the citizens. That's a big fat lie. So for the past 2 years, he has been the governor. The things he has been doing in the state, he launched the Enugu Air, right? Enugu State Airline, he launched it, and it's functional. Did he join the federal government to do that? Obviously no. The smart school initiative he was doing that has some issue with the contractor, did he join the federal government to start the initiative? That's no. And some roads he must have built in the state and other things he's doing. Did he join the federal government? No, he didn't. So why are they always lying and telling people that they are doing that, just to join forces with the federal government? You can work with the federal government. Both of you, federal, state, local government, everybody is working for the interest of the country. Unquote. So I think this menace need to stop. So are we trying to practice one party system? That is the question. If we are to practice one party system, why not amend the constitution and let it be one party system? What's the point of having multi-party system? And we are now pulling everybody from other parties to join one political party just because you want to return, the incumbent president Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you want to return him, do the work that he needed. It's not about, pressing on first-time governors and pressurizing them and giving them high hopes that will make APC to win across the whole state. So even when PDP has more than 24 governors at that time, what happened? What did they achieve? So it's not about packing people in the party. It's all about what is the dividend of democracy that the party is delivering to the people. I think that should be the concern. So when you look at the current trend in the country, look at the hardship, look at the insecurity, even criminals are walking freely with their guns, having meetings with government, coming to the meeting with guns and bikes and everything. So when you look at that, they come for the meeting with their armories, they finish meeting, they go. Army was there, police was there, and all government functionaries were there. So when you look at what is going on, it's something that, is it what attracts somebody to join the party, the APC? So that is the point. Then when you look at the hardship in the country, how people are suffering, people can't even feed. You go to a restaurant to eat, just two people. My friend that, traveled back home in Nigeria was, showing me they went for lunch, just two people. And their bill was about 80-something thousand just to eat, just a meal. So how much is minimum wage? 70,000 in a country where you cannot afford anything, where money has no value. Naira has no value. So you come into the country, change $100, it gives you 150,000. There's nothing you can buy with that money. So is it what is attracting the PDP governors, first-time governors, to join the party? So is it the kidnappings that is attracting them? Is it the high level of crime, insecurity? So is it the terrible bad roads? So the point is, what exactly are the APC, what exactly are they doing for the past 2 years plus, that has changed the lives of the people. I don't believe in telling us that, the party has taken tough decisions. Now, the question is this: if you've taken tough decision to remove subsidy, what is the impact of that removal on the people? That is the question. So, the money you have saved, you're supposed to have expended for the subsidy that you are no longer expending. What is the money used for? Where is it going to? The other day, the president was on TV telling Nigerians that, they have met their revenue target, even when there is about 4 months left for the year to finish. But they're still borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. So, what is the point? You ask the federal government, they say, that the states are getting more allocation. I agree with them, they are getting more allocation. But the point is, what is those allocations used for? I know the federal government cannot hold the states accountable because the law does not support that. But them, the federal government, what are they doing with their own? The state governors, what are they doing with their own? When federal roads are bad, state roads are bad, schools are dilapidated, both federal and state schools. Yeah? Is it the airports? Are we talking about that? Are we talking about the hospitals? Are we talking about capacity? Are we talking about no job in the country companies shutting down because of high cost of production? So what are they doing? So it would have been of best interest if the government has, removed the subsidy, mop up that money, create, an account, put in the money there, create a special intervention project to tackle health, to tackle education, and to tackle roads and power. These 4 key things, those monies would have been diverted in trying to address these 4 key critical areas. That would have changed the face of the nation in the next, 5 to 10 years. If they consistently invest that subsidy extra in it, just like Jonathan D. Shopee created that Shopee for special intervention. And there was impact in the health sector, there was impact in community services, there was impact in a whole lot of areas. So that is the point. Like when the military took off, did the PTF, that Buhari was the head of petroleum, trust fund then. They built a lot of roads, and most of those roads are still there. So that's the way, so that citizens can be seeing that, okay, we are suffering for this subsidy removal. At least we can see that Auchi Edo Road is constructed. We can see Lagos Ibadan Road has been completed and functional. We can see that Enugu and the Chakoka Expressway is done and is completed and is functional. We can see that Kaduna Kano, road is Abuja Kaduna Kano Road is fully done and is working. We can see that the ports are working. They have been dredged, and the facilities are there. The Kadaba port is working. Onitsha is working. So these are the things. When citizens are seeing this kind of thing, even when you are telling them to be patient, they will know that they can see tangible things happen. But they are not. But they keep spending the FACA allocation and they keep borrowing more and more, tying citizens down on debt. So I don't know what incentive that is luring those governors to join the party other than their selfish ambition to return for their second term. That is just what it is. Did you see any second term governor joining them? No. Why? Because there's nothing to use to lure them. They are luring these people because of second term. A governor that's completing 8 years, like the Bauchi governor. So will he join APC? No, he can't join because they can't lure him. That one will rather join ADC than join APC. So the point is that the strategy is for them to, mop up everybody, take up more states, and they already plan out, strategize how to, run through the 2027 election already. They already strategized that. But I'm trying to have benefit of doubt on the new INEC chairman. I don't want to merge him with Yakubu because the way he spoke in the National Assembly, I just want to hold him by those words he spoke, where he made valid points concerning that they told us that the system glitched and they never told us exactly what the glitch means. Well, he will be there. Let's see how we place the card. Is he on the part of the people or is he on the part of, the bourgeois that are running the government? We will see when time comes. So, but from these, elections that will be coming up soon, all right, I think in Anambra in November and some other states, off-cycle election, from there, we'll be able to see what impact he will make as a new INEC chairman. I'm going to talk about him and then discuss him vis-a-vis the former INEC chairman that left, so that we'll be able to bring up silent issues. So, guys, I don't know, but for me, I don't work with emotions. I deal with real analysis, trying to bring out the core things that is happening. So, when you ask anybody in APC, they're going to tell you that the president is doing this, the president is doing that. But as an MIE specialist, all right, I don't believe in what they are saying this or saying that until I start seeing them happen in the lives of the people, because every aspect of policy programs and projects is to improve the lives and welfare of the people. So if you have taken out subsidy, people's life become worse, then that subsidy you remove, you need to review it. If you decide to, take out, increase the cost of energy, then you have to look at it, because all these things you are doing supposed to change the lives of the people in a more better position. But if it's putting them backwards, then there's a problem with the policy. So you can't be implementing policies that is not trickling down to the people, that's not getting down to the micro level. What is the point of the policy if it's not addressing the needs of the people? That's why they said economic, there is economic growth and there is economic development. Economic growth will be telling you the GDP is growing, this one is doing well, revenue is increasing, and so on and so forth. But economic development, which is the core issues and which is the core thing that matters most, is the one that is telling you these things you are doing, this is how it's affecting the lives of the people, either positively or negatively. So there can be economic growth without economic development. Inflation may come down to 1 digit. Unemployment rate may come down. But the lives of the people are not changing. That means there's a problem. So you need to do some an evaluation analysis to be able to understand where the problems lies. Why is it not trickling down to the lives of the people? These are part of the things they're supposed to do to be able to underpin the core issues and deal with them. And remember, no country can grow when there is high level of insecurity, because without security being in place, farmers can go to farm, people can move about and do their businesses. For the past how many years they have been sit at home in the southeast, in most of the southeast states. So what happened? They lose the economic activity for the day. So when you look at all this thing that's going on, within the country, you start asking, what is the effort of the government to bring them to an end? What are their efforts? What are they doing? Things are getting more costly by the day. People can't afford food. There's no jobs. People leave the university, no jobs. Companies that are existing are shutting down. The Dangote that is surviving, they try to kill it. All the wicked people that are running the energy sector, ganging up, trying to cripple the company. The government tried first, trying to cripple the Dangote refinery. They didn't succeed because the man is not an easy bite. And then they started with the labor unions and the tanker drivers and all that. So when you look at all the things that is playing out, it becomes more difficult. And they keep running around in the name of chasing for investors, for FDI. When other presidents are sitting in their country and foreign investors are coming to meet them, our own is going out to go and look for foreign investors. I've said it, foreign investors is like honey and bees. When you set up the right things in place, the economy is working, security is there, rule of law is there, and so on. Investors will come on their own. They have people that do analysis of countries. They read all these reports and then they'll be able to choose the investment destination. Look at what happened to Landmark in Lagos. After demolishing his business, they decided to change the route again back to the original course. Now the guy has left Lagos to Enugu, and now he's developing Enugu Nike Resort. So this is what we see when the government is not focused and understanding what they are doing. Well, I don't know, but that's my take on all of this. But the fact remains that anybody that has a political office, elected officer, the moment you decamp from your party to join another party, you are supposed to lose your seat. That should be a law, so that we bring sanity in our political system and be able to deepen our democracy. Internal democracy should also be a big deal that need to be worked on, so that in subsequent elections, there should be reason to elect credible people. This delegate system stuff is not working, because these delegates collect money and vote in the wrong candidate. And that's why the country continues to suffer, because people are not doing the right thing. So they should be able to hold people to account. So all my eyes are on the new INEC chairman, and we're going to see how things plays out. So guys, I don't know what your views might be in terms of this, jumping ship and decamping and defecting from one party to another, particularly by these, first-time governors. I don't know what your views might be. Do you think what they are doing is right? Do you think they are doing things in the interest of the people or interest of the political party they are flying under? Do you think that the party that gave them this platform, that made them who they are, deserve this betrayal? Let's hear from you. Drop your comment under the comment section, and then we'll discuss further on that. So guys, I'm going to let it slide over here, and then I'll see you in my next video. But if you are new to my channel, please kindly like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel and put on your notification bell so that when my next new video drops, you'll be among those to be notified. I'll see you in my next video. I'm signing out. Thank you for watching. See ya.